There's a brown bottle sitting in your medicine cabinet right now. You've had it for years. You use it for cuts, maybe for your teeth, and then you forget about it until the next time someone bleeds. But what if I told you that bottle is one of the most powerful plant medicines ever discovered, and almost nobody in the gardening world wants to talk about it? I'm not exaggerating. I'm not selling anything. What I'm about to show you changed everything I thought I knew about keeping plants alive, and it started with a single dying tomato plant in a backyard in rural Tennessee, a 3% bottle from the dollar store, and an old woman who learned it from her mother, who learned it from hers. Stay with me. Because by the time this is over, you're going to look at that brown bottle completely differently. Let's start with what's actually killing your plants right now, and you probably don't even know it's happening. Most people think plants die from drought, from pests, from bad soil. And sure, those things matter. But there's a silent killer that works beneath the surface, invisible, patient, and devastating. It's called oxygen deprivation at the root level. When soil gets compacted, when you overwater, when the ground sits wet for too long, the roots of your plant slowly suffocate. They can't breathe. And a plant that can't breathe at the root can't fight fungus, can't absorb nutrients, can't grow strong enough to survive anything. Now here's where hydrogen peroxide comes in, and this is the part that most modern gardeners completely miss. Hydrogen peroxide is H2O2. That means it's water with one extra oxygen molecule attached. When you spray it on soil or on your plants, that extra oxygen molecule breaks off and releases directly into the root zone. It's like opening a window in a room that hasn't had fresh air in months. Roots wake up. Soil bacteria that thrive on oxygen come alive. And the bad bacteria, the anaerobic kind that causes rot, fungus, and root disease, they die. They cannot literally survive in an oxygen-rich environment. This isn't a new trick. It isn't some internet trend. Farmers in the Ozarks were using diluted peroxide on their seedling trays decades before any YouTube channel existed. Greenhouse growers in Ohio have been adding it to irrigation water since the 80s. The knowledge has always been there. It just never made it to the backyard gardener, because backyard gardeners aren't supposed to know the cheap solution. They're supposed to keep buying the expensive one. And that right there is the part that makes me angry every single time I think about it. So let me walk you through exactly how this works, step by step, no equipment required, no special knowledge needed. The bottle you want is the standard 3% hydrogen peroxide. That's the brown bottle. That's the one that costs less than $2 at any pharmacy, any grocery store, any dollar store in America. You do not want the higher concentrations. You don't need them, and at high concentrations peroxide can actually burn your plants. 3%. That's the number. Write it down if you have to. Now, the mix. For a foliar spray, meaning you're going to spray directly on the leaves, you mix 1 part hydrogen peroxide to 1 part water. Equal parts. Pour it into a clean spray bottle, shake it gently, and that's it. That is your solution. There's nothing else to add. No special ingredients. No timing rituals. Just 2 things you already have at home. For a soil drench, meaning you're pouring it directly into the soil around the roots, you dilute it a little more. 1 tablespoon of 3% peroxide to 1 quart of water. That's it. You pour that around the base of the plant, slow and steady, once a week. Not every day. Once a week. The soil needs time to process each application before you add more. Now, what does it actually do? When you spray the leaves, you're doing 3 things at once. First, you're killing surface fungus. Gray mold, black spot, powdery mildew. These are fungal infections that spread leaf to leaf and can destroy an entire plant in a week if you don't catch them. Hydrogen peroxide kills fungal spores on contact. They cannot survive the oxidation. Second, you're knocking out soft-bodied pests. Aphids, spider mites, whiteflies, anything soft and small that's feeding on your leaves. They don't have armor. The peroxide hits them and it's over. Third, you're delivering oxygen directly through the stomata, the tiny pores on the leaf surface, and giving the plant a kind of energy boost that you can actually see within 24 hours. Leaves stand up straighter. Colors deepen. New growth accelerates. When you drain the soil, you're doing something even more important. You're resetting the microbial environment underground. Think of your soil like a neighborhood. Right now, if your plants are struggling, the bad neighbors have taken over: anaerobic bacteria, fungal root rot, compaction pathogens. The peroxide oxygen flush moves through that neighborhood and changes who's in charge. The beneficial aerobic bacteria, the ones that actually help your plant absorb nitrogen, phosphorus, and minerals, they come back. And they come back quickly. Old homesteaders in Appalachia used to call this waking the dirt. They didn't know the chemistry. They didn't use the word aerobic. But they knew that sometimes the ground needed to breathe again, and they found ways to make that happen. What we now understand scientifically, they understood instinctively through generations of watching plants die and come back to life. Here's something almost nobody talks about, and this is the part one want you to really pay attention to. Hydrogen peroxide doesn't just treat problems. It prevents them. When you use it as a regular weekly drench during your growing season, starting in spring, through the heat of summer, into early fall, you are maintaining an oxygen-rich root environment that fungal disease and root rot simply cannot colonize. You are not waiting for your plant to get sick and then trying to save it. You are making the soil inhospitable to disease before the disease ever arrives. This is the difference between old-time farming and modern gardening. Modern gardening reactions. Old farming prevented. A farmer in 1930s Kentucky who lost his crop to root rot didn't have money to replant. He learned to keep the soil alive before anything went wrong, because going wrong meant his family didn't eat that winter. That kind of urgency creates a different kind of knowledge. The kind that doesn't get written in books. The kind that gets whispered from grandmother to granddaughter over a garden row at sunrise. And it's exactly the kind of knowledge that turns a dying plant into a thriving one in less than a week. Now I want to tell you about something I watched happen with my own eyes, because this is the part that made me a true believer. Late July. Georgia heat. A friend of mine had a raised bed full of tomatoes that had completely collapsed. Yellowing leaves, brown stems at the base, fruit that stopped forming 3 weeks earlier than it should have. She'd tried everything, Epsom salt, neem oil, new mulch. Nothing worked. I told her to try the peroxide drench. 1 tablespoon per quart, once a week, 3 applications. By the end of the second week, she sent me a photo. New growth on every single plant. Green pushing out from the center. Fruit beginning to set again on 2 of the vines. By the end of the 3rd week, she was harvesting tomatoes in August, in Georgia, when everyone else's plants had already given up. That's not magic. That's oxygen. That's understanding what the plant actually needs underground and giving it exactly that. Before I leave you, I want to make sure you don't make the mistake that ruins this entire method for people who try it. Do not use it every day. I cannot say this strongly enough. Hydrogen peroxide is powerful precisely because it is reactive. If you apply it daily, you will start killing the beneficial bacteria along with the bad. You will sterilize your soil instead of balancing it. Once a week for soil draining. Once every 10 days for foliar spray. Give your soil time to recover and rebuild between applications. More is not better here. Consistency is better. Patience is better. Doing it right once a week is infinitely better than doing it wrong every day. And please, use 3%. Only 3%. Not the 12%, not the 35% food grade. Those concentrations are for industrial use. At those levels you will burn your plants and potentially burn yourself. 3%. Dollar store. $2. That's the whole investment. That brown bottle has been sitting in your cabinet doing 1 job when it could have been doing 10. Your plants are struggling right now, whether you can see it yet or not, because the oxygen in your soil is being slowly stolen by compaction, by overwatering, by the natural accumulation of anaerobic bacteria that builds up over every season. And the solution has been under your bathroom sink this whole time. This is the truth they don't put on the bag of expensive fertilizer. This is what the old farmers knew and the big garden centers hope you never find out. Because once you know it, you stop buying what you don't need, and you start growing food the way people grew it before there was a product for every problem. Try it this week. 1 tablespoon. 1 quart of water. Pour it slowly around your most struggling plant. Then come back and tell me what you see in 7 days. If this opened your eyes the way it opened mine, drop a comment below. Tell me which plant you're going to try it on first. And if you know someone with a garden that's been struggling all season, share this with them right now. That one share might save their harvest. Like this video if you learned something today. Subscribe if you want more of this, old knowledge, real results, no fluff. And I'll see you in the next one.